So this little boy thought he wasn't good enough. Very smart young man that had so many ideas, but he never kept pushing on any of them. Deep down inside, he felt like he was not good enough and nobody would appreciate anything he was doing. His father would see this, and his father would question him all the time. Why you stop doing this? Why you stop doing that? The son said, well, Dad, it was a phase. I realized I wasn't good enough. The father then tried to encourage his son. He said, son, do me a favor. He said, go run to the house and come right back. The little boy said, Dad, why would I do that? He said, don't ask me no questions, just do it. So the little boy takes off running, touches the house and come right back. The little boy comes back out of breath. He said, okay, well, what does that mean, Dad? The dad smiles at his sons and taps him on the shoulder and says, you see what you just did? Do you remember when you couldn't do that? The son says, Dad, what do you mean? I always could run. The father said, no, son. When you came out the womb, you didn't know how to talk. You didn't know how to walk. You didn't know how to do anything. He said, son, in life, when you start anything, you're not going to be good at it the first tries. You're going to fall. You're going to fail. It's okay, long as you keep getting up and keep going. The son says, but Dad, I don't have time to keep failing and failing. He said, son, you only fail because you don't continue to keep going. He said, you stop one thing and pick up another thing, and then stop that thing and then pick up another thing. And every time you leave one, you failed because you stopped trying. And then he said, but Dad, there was no progress. The father said, you know what? I'm going to take you to one of the most richest places in the world, and I guarantee you that will change your mind. The son is so excited and he don't know what to think. So he said, Dad, when can we go? The dad said, get in the car right now. We'll head over there. The little boy jumps in the car super excited. He's thinking to himself, dang, my dad must got a lot of money if he gonna take me to one of the richest places in the world. So the father drives 10 minutes away from the house. They pull on the side of the road. The little boy looking around like, Dad, where are we going? The father says, how about the car? We're here. The little boy is so confused. He gets out the car. He said, Dad, I don't get it. The father points over and says, tell me what you see over here. The little boy says, I just see a whole bunch of cornfields. Then the father turns him around. He said, tell me what you see over here. He said, I see a lot of tombstones. It's a graveyard. He said, son, that graveyard is the richest place in the world. The little boy is confused. But Dad, how is it the richest place in the world? He bent down and said, son, it's people like you that's in that grave. Ones that never got the chance to tell their stories. He said, son, it's movies that will never be seen, songs that will never be heard, books that will never be read. And you know why? The son looks up and says, why? He said, because they didn't believe in themselves. So they took their dreams to the grave with them. He said, son, your talent is not for you, it's for the world. He said, the more you don't tell your story, or the more you don't be creative, is the more people you keep in bondage. The little boy looks down and said, but Dad, how am I keeping them in bondage? The father gets on his knee and touches his son's chest. It says, the more you inspire yourself is the more you inspire others. He says, some people will be inspired by what you say, and a lot of people will be inspired by what you do. So remember, everything you do, people will always have their eyes on you. Good or bad, your talent or your story will shine one day. Crazy part about this story, I made it up. I wanted to do my best to inspire somebody with this story. Because just by you listening to this story, it's going to change your life and everybody around you. Now, if you want more story times like this, type story time in the comments, and I got you. And your comment can be in the next video. Definitely let me know what y'all think in the comments. And to all the cool people that follow me, I'm going to see you in the next video.